It also shows how, although we now give words to these things that we do, resilience, mindset, and all of that, but when these things were being created through educator input, we didn't know that we are learning these life skills. So many a times, as Helen had already pointed out, it's not just for the indigenous children, but also for the non-indigenous children. Why? Because they are the ones who are going to grow up and going to be either inclusive or not inclusive. So we want all of them. Inclusion means include all. So it can't be just one. It has to be the other because the other, if it is not inclusive, no matter how much you are inclusive as an educator, but if you haven't created a population with awareness, if you haven't made them aware, then you are fighting the lone battle. And if I may say it's a battle, and if I may say it's a fight. And what I'm also learning, although resilience is something that has shown up in your life, when you were answering your question about one of the challenges, that the reason why you have challenges is because you are still passionate. Is there something that you want to add to our listeners?
I think just a very sincere gratitude, the fact that they're listening to this episode, they're showing up, I think, and just to continue to be brave, to learn, relearn, unlearn. It's not always through books as well. It's obviously listening to a podcast today. Celebrate, whether it's NAIDOC week, reconciliation week, just be brave. Try and, reach out to Aboriginal people or organizations within your area. And yes, it is tough. And sometimes you don't hear back, but like Helen said, we continue just to move forward. Don't let it stop you in the little things that we can do, and
Yeah.
understand that I think the ripple effect that we're all doing our little part to potentially make our country better. And I think
Mm.
that's it's a big burden that we have on our shoulders, but it's also a beautiful thing to be a part of as well. And it's not just all the sad stuff. It's not just about the histories. Aboriginal histories and cultures is fascinating.